just want to do one quick check and make sure that this is streaming to my Facebook group, because last week it didn't work. So let's just double check and make sure that this is working. Funny. Okay, let's do a quick share from my page. There we go. And then we'll get started, I promise. And, oh gosh. Share to my group, there, post. So there you go. Nobody should be left and broadcasted to, so to speak. Okay, so welcome everyone who's watching. Today we are chatting about the 3 self-love habits that every woman should adopt. Now, as we're getting started on this, I wanted to share with you one of the things that I truly believe in. So the one thing that I really and deeply and truly believe in is that the greatest work that we can do in this world is the work that we do on ourselves. And the reason why I believe that so strongly is because if we love ourselves, then we are able and we know how to love other people. If we take care of ourselves, then we're able to, and we've got more chance of taking care of other people. We've got more capability of taking care of other people. Also, if we're happy and full of joy and excited about life and energized, then that spreads to other people. So I really do believe that the greatest work that we can do in this world is the work that we do on ourselves. Because if we work on ourselves, we get ourselves right, then we're able to impact and do amazing things with other people. We're able to, have amazing relationships. We're able to be successful because we don't have self-doubt and we're not criticizing ourselves or stopping ourselves all the time. So there you go. The greatest work that we can do in this world is the work that we do on ourselves. And it starts with self-love and self-care. And before we get started, so the headline of this talk, this training that I'm doing today is the 3 self-habits that every woman should adopt. Now, I wanted to pick up on that because the first thing that anybody should do is realize that you either want to do something or you should do something. And if you should do something, it's almost like someone's telling you to do it. And very often if someone tells you to do it, if you're anything like me, if someone tells me to do something, I don't really want to do it. It's almost like this rebellion that comes across inside, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because someone's told me to do it. So the first thing that we need to do is decide, is this something that we actually want to do? Is this a habit that we want to add to our lives? Or is it something that you should add to your life? So often we speak to people and we say, oh, I should meditate more, or I should exercise more, or I really should be eating better. And the key is to change your language and ask yourself, is this something that I should be doing? Is this something that someone else is telling me to do, or is it something that I really want to do? Because if I really want to do it, then I'm going to find time for it in my day, and I'm going to want to add this to my routine and to my life. So that's the first thing that you should be asking yourself. Is this something that you want to do, or is it something that someone's told you that you should be doing? So change your language. Change your language. That's the first step, actually. Think about what it is that you're saying. And the next thing that I want you to remember is that people are different. So some things, some habits may not work as well for you as they will for other people. So you've got to decide which of these habits that you want to take on board. But the other thing that I want to share with you or encourage you to do is to try new things. So even if you've never tried meditation before, or journaling, or exercise, or whatever the case may be, I would say just try something new. Try something that you haven't ever done before, because that is going to really, just broaden your horizons. And maybe you'll find that it's going to be something that you really enjoy and something that really has a greater impact on your life. So be willing and open-minded to try new things. So here we go. What are the 3 habits that every woman should adopt? The 3 self-habits that every woman should adopt. And they're not what you think. So you're expecting me to say something like journaling or meditation or exercise, etc. And yes, those are all great. But I've actually got 3 questions that you should ask yourself. And from there, you'll be able to decide which habits you should adopt, which are right for you. Because as I mentioned, everybody is unique and every woman is different. So the first question to ask yourself is, what do I need in order for me to feel energized? What is something that I need to do every single day that helps me to be energized? So for me, one of the things is sleep. I need my sleep. And I am very protective over my sleep. So I make sure that I go to bed at a good hour every night, and then I wake up relatively early in the morning. But for me, in order to have energy during the day, I need sleep. But then one of the other things that I do is exercise. And I believe that exercise on a consistent basis will bring more energy. Not too vigorous, but consistent exercise. So that's the first question that you need to ask yourself is, what do you need to feel energized? What are the things that make you have energy during the day? That's your habit number 1. Then the second habit for you is, what do you need to feel love? And that's love for yourself. So there are some things that you can try here, and those things include journaling, so positive journaling, and also affirmations. So affirmations are when you write down some of the negative thoughts that are going through your head, and then you write them all down as almost like a list. So I am unworthy, I am not good enough, I am never going to be able to be successful, whatever the case may be, whatever those negative thoughts are for you, write all of them down. And then on another piece of paper, write down the positive version of that. So what is the actual positive version? And what I'm going to say is, what is the truth? Because to be honest, you are worthy, you are good enough, you can be successful. Those are the positives. That's the truth, actually, if you're very truthful with yourself. So write down those affirmations, write down the positive version of all those negative thoughts that you're telling yourself. And those are your affirmations. And that's something that can help you feel more love for yourself. And reading those on a consistent basis, in fact, every day is probably a good idea. So what is the thing that's going to make you feel love? Don't worry, I'm also going to get into some examples of self-love habits that you can pick from and choose and try out and help you to make sure that you are feeling energized and feeling love. And then that brings us to the third habit that you can ensure that you have in place in your life. And that's, what do I need to feel good? So feeling good is something that's also different for every person. So it could be happiness. It could mean joy for you. It could mean calm and serenity. What is it for you when you feel good? When you feel good, what are those things that you feel, those feelings that you feel when you're in a really good space? And then you'll ask yourself, what is that habit that I need to build into my day to help me always feel good? Okay, so now let's get into some of the examples, some of the habits that you can use in order to fulfill those 3 questions for yourself. So the first thing is to journal. journaling. And it's actually something that I've started doing for myself. And what I've realized, or what I've found, is that positive journaling, it's not just about writing, tough questions, or, things that uncover deep, dark, intimate secrets, or, like dark feelings about yourself. What I've found is that positive journaling is actually a lot more positive for your life. And it's actually a lot better from a motivation perspective. So give positive journaling a try. And the other thing that people often do is gratitude journals. So they write down just every day 3 things that they are grateful for. And those can be different things or the same things every day. And the thing to remember with these habits as well is not to, put so much pressure on yourself. Very often we think, okay, I'm going to start a journal. I need to write at least a page. It doesn't have to be that way at all. It could be just 1 sentence. That's all it needs to be. If it's a gratitude journal, just 1 thing that you're grateful for every day. And if you're able to do that consistently, you will then see the benefits. So it's not just about the quantity, it's about the quality, and it's about consistency, doing those things every single day. So that's the first habit that you can pick from. The second habit are affirmations, which is what I spoke about earlier. So, very often we have so many thoughts going through our heads every day, and they've done research on it, and they've found that 80%, for most people, 80% of those thoughts are negative. Not great. So we want to make sure that we're in control of our thoughts, and we're actually thinking positive thoughts on a consistent basis. So writing those affirmations, writing down those negative thoughts that you're thinking during the day, and then writing the more positive variation will help you every single day. So what you do with those affirmations is then you read them every single morning. You read your list of affirmations, and over time you'll start to believe them, because you'll realize that those are the truths. Those are the actual truths. So that's how positive affirmations can work for you. And then the next thing is movement. And I'm not saying exercise, because for some people exercise might be daunting, but I say movement. And, movement has multiple benefits. I mean, there's, endorphins and things that happen, physiologically in your body. But then there's also, just the feeling of achievement. So you've actually done something. You've also, going outside is a great way to do movement every day and get some fresh air. So I would encourage everybody to move every day. Obviously, you've got to decide if this is what you want or what you should do. So I would encourage everybody to at least move every single day, and at least for 5 minutes, because you will find that it has a much greater impact on your productivity and your energy. For me, I schedule exercise every single day. And the reason why I schedule it every single day, and lots of people say, oh, no, you must take a rest day. I don't. I schedule exercise every single day because I know that sometimes life happens and I can't do my exercise that's scheduled for the day, but then I'll just do some other movements. So I'll go for a walk, or I will dance around in the lounge, or I'll just do some vigorous house cleaning for a little bit, and I'll use that as my movement for the day. So I would really recommend at least 5 minutes every day, do some movement. Then the next thing that you could try is meditation. And I'm sure you've heard lots about meditation, and there are many different types of meditation. And again, I think for a lot of people, we think we should be doing this for 30 minutes every single day. And where am I going to find 30 minutes in my day? And that's not the point at all. The point is, how can you bring it into your life? And if it's only 1 minute that you can spare, then spend 1 minute just sitting quietly and breathing, focusing on your breathing. Even if it's, not plugged into a meditation app, it's just breathing exercise. That will really benefit you and bring you down, or make you feel good, or feel calmer, feel more relaxed, if that is what you want to feel. And the next thing that you could try is more morning and evening rituals. So I don't call it a routine because, we don't want, a lot of the things that are in our routine already, like brushing our teeth, is not something that is necessarily focused on self-love. But what I mean is, having something that you do every morning or every evening that's just focused on some of the things that you want to do for self-love. So it could actually be your, 5 minutes of journaling, 1 minute of meditation, drink a glass of water, and move your legs. And maybe that's your little ritual that you do every morning. So you can play around with creating your little ritual and doing that every morning or every evening. For me, it is a bath. I love a bath, a nice warm bath. And then I like to read and drink my lemon turmeric tea with lots of cayenne pepper in it. I know that sounds weird, but it's delicious. But that's my little ritual, and I do that every day. I will not go to sleep unless I've read at least one page of my book. Anytime, any night, I just have to read one page of my book and then I'll go to sleep. It's like my little ritual, but I love it. And it's something that I enjoy, and it brings me, it makes me enjoy my time with myself. The other thing that you could try is to increase your self-awareness. So this is something that is, increase your self-awareness, Therese. What are you talking about? So what I mean by that is, making sure that you are thinking about yourself on a consistent basis and almost thinking about your thoughts, and just becoming more aware of what it is that you're thinking, becoming more aware of what it is that you're doing. What are your behaviors that you're doing? You don't have to change anything, just becoming more aware and observing yourself, almost like, someone outside of your body would observe you, but observing yourself and just becoming a bit more aware around what you're doing and, what you're saying. What are the words that you're speaking? What are the thoughts that you're thinking? What are the habits that you have in your life? And it's just that part of awareness that will start to make you feel, or start to make you realize, okay, some of these things I don't want to be doing or saying or thinking in my life. But there are some things that I want to be doing, saying, and thinking. So how am I going to change that? It's that awareness that will help you to let go of negative thoughts. Also, it'll help you to start realizing that, the things that people say to you or about you, you can let go of those things because you don't need that in your life. And the other thing that you can try is also to, just become aware of whether you're being negative to other people. Or even if you're thinking that other people are, thinking things about you, or what would they think if I do this? Well, you can actually let go of that. Let go of all those negative thoughts in your head. And you can do that just by becoming a little bit more self-aware. The other thing that you can try for self-awareness is something called mirroring. So it's where you sit in front of a mirror and you just look at yourself, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and you look lovingly in the mirror at yourself. You don't have to say anything. You could, if you wanted to, repeat some of your affirmations, but it's just that looking at yourself that can start to create love, because you are looking at someone, a being, a person, and you're reminding yourself of who you are. It creates this heightened self-awareness. They did studies as well with people who were from different backgrounds, and they sat in front of each other and they just looked at each other. And after a while, not too long actually, what happened was people started to feel a lot more empathy towards each other just by doing that simple exercise. More empathy and more love. So if you do that with yourself, it can work in the same way. So the other thing that you can build into your day is a hobby. So either a little bit of art or creativity, something that you enjoy. And maybe that's even a sport, something that you really love doing. Maybe give that a try. And for a lot of people, so I personally am an introvert. So a lot of the time I need to be on my own just to replenish my energy. I need to have time on my own, quiet time to replenish my energy. But a lot of people are extroverts as well, or find that they have that they need people around them to replenish their energy. So you could even build in a self-love habit where it's spending quality time with your husband or your kids, or having a Zoom call with your family, or whatever the case may be. But make that a part of your self-love ritual. Make sure that it's ticking those 3 boxes that I spoke about earlier. What do you need in order to feel energized? What do you need in order to feel love for yourself? And what do you need in order to feel good? And whatever that good is for you, whether it's happy or joyful or calm, or a combination of those. What are those habits that you can try that will tick all of those boxes? And then you've got to make sure that you can do it every single day, because it's not going to help if you are only doing it once every 3 months. You're never going to see the benefits from it. You're not going to see the positive impact that it can have on your life. So it's about building it into your rituals, building it into your routines, making sure that you're able to do this on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. And then So start small as well. Remember that you don't have to do 10 minutes or 1 hour of something. You absolutely don't. You can just do 1 minute of something, and make sure that you do it every day, because then you'll see the results. And the other thing that I want to just to speak about is that with these habits, you've got to always make sure that you enjoy it. So it shouldn't be, like I said, something that you should do. It should be something that you want to do for yourself, that you know is going to bring joy to your life, that's going to create enjoyment in your life. And if you're able to do that, then you are able to build on the self-love that you already have, because there is definitely self-love there already. It's just about getting better at it. We can all get better at self-love. And if you agree with me, type in the comments. I haven't seen any questions today, but I'm not sure if that's because, what's it called? I'm not sure if that's because Restream is actually working for me today. So let's just have a check and see on these areas if there are any comments. There. I think. Oh no, is that not working? Oh, someone says they can't see anything. That's no good. Okay, so I'm not sure if this is working today. I think maybe there may have been some issues. And if that's the case, then don't stress. I will replay this. I'll re-record or redo something. I'll go and have a check on the platforms. I'll check with Restream and see if this is working. But if you have enjoyed this session, please let me know in the comments. And if you have any questions, then pop them below. Also share with me, what are your self-love habits that you do every single day? I'd love to know. And are some of the things that you've tried and haven't worked for you? Are there some things that you have never tried and are a bit wary to try? Let me know in the comments, and we can chat further. I hope you have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Bye for now.